Ah, cheers and well met, my friend. Come and warm yourself up by the fire. Here's a story about how a DM refused to allow a player to play a character of the opposite sex. DM won't allow me to play my character because she's female. r/RPG horror stories posted by demon_ILK. I will clarify this post by saying I am a teen male. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for about 5 years now, and I like to think I am very experienced. I'm also on mobile, so if that changes anything, let me know. My DM had just got the book for Eberron, 5e by the way. He let me read it, and I was happy to see all the lore. I created an artificer and asked if I could play it for his new campaign. The artificer was a street urchin who had struggled to survive on the streets. Rather than use brute strength or agility, they focused on inventing machines to help in their efforts. So all of their invention spells would have the flavor of being scrap put together quickly, as that is how all of her inventions work. She also had the bond of a little brother she used to have, but one of her own inventions went wrong, killing him in the process. Since then, she refuses to let people help her create her devices and tries to be independent when it comes to her abilities, but will help others. There was just one kicker: she was female. When I made the character, I envisioned her as female, not for any particular reason. That was just the character for me. The DM told me no, because he wasn't comfortable with me being female. He said it would ruin immersion for all the players and asked how I would even try to show I was female. I said I would play the character like any other. And so he asked me why I had even made the character a girl in the first place. He compared me making a female character to culture appropriation and just generally how it made him uncomfortable, which is weird because we have never done romance or anything in his campaign, so it wasn't like now because I had a female character I would try and seduce his NPCs. Am I just making a big deal out of nothing? Should I just switch the gender of my character to male so I can play her? Or should I hold my ground and tell the DM that I'm keeping the gender as female? Edit. Thank you to everyone for all the kindness and inspiration. I feel like I can definitely add a D6 to my ability checks. And as to the people who politely disagreed, thank you for being kind, and I respect your bravery on commenting your thoughts when you probably knew people would disagree. I definitely plan on having a talk with the DM and telling him my thoughts and insisting I be allowed to play a female character. We'll have to see how it goes, and I'll probably update on what happens. Edit 2. Success! Thank you to everyone who gave me advice. I used a lot of it when I talked things out. He was hesitant, but said that if I really wanted to play her, then he wouldn't force me to change it, even if it made him admittedly uncomfortable. I told him that I hope he'd be more okay with it over time. Either way, thank you to everyone who was so supportive and helpful, even those that didn't agree with me. This honesty meant a lot, and I'm so happy I get to play my character. Hashtag long live Samantha. Usually, I'm all about making sure everyone at the table is comfortable in terms of subject matter, situations, and etc. But this time it sounds like to me it's the DM's own personal baggage that needs to be worked out, and after reading the comment section, OP did reveal some of the DM's personal info when it comes to the opposite sex, which probably means the DM just doesn't know how to deal with a situation like this. The immersion excuse sounds really weak to me and a bit of a red flag. Also, the cultural appropriation comment is just as BS and another red flag. Personally, I walk away from the table after that. The DM at that point is just grasping at straws and making up excuses for themselves to justify their own feelings. To anyone who finds themselves in a situation similar to this one on either end, keep in mind that D&D is a fantasy game where players can take on the role of elves, dwarves, and orcs, and even use magic to cast spells. So playing the opposite sex isn't really that much of a stretch. The only time I could see when a player playing the opposite sex would be a problem would be when said player takes on harmful gender stereotypes, i.e. hypersexualize. Glad to hear this story had a happy ending, and I hope OP is having fun playing their character. Hashtag long live Samantha. And that's our story. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more future content. Also, if you would kindly follow the socials posted in the description, that would be amazing. As always, be good, be great, be awesome.